Hey, what's up? Welcome back to LOFT 801. My name is Diego, and today we're going to be talking about a channel update, or several updates, I guess. Don't really know where to start this video because I've been meaning to make it for a long freaking time. I guess for starters, let's talk about the website. So I had a website, loft801.com, where my original intention was to make something similar to Letterboxd before I found out that Letterboxd existed. And so while there is some groundwork there, I will be making this website under construction until further notice, just because I have no time. Literally, I have no time to be messing with the technical IT web dev stuff. No, you know what? That, because I changed my mind. I spent the entire freaking morning working on the website. So check it out real quick. When I say I overhauled everything, I completely mean I overhauled everything. It no longer functions as a letterbox sort of website. Now it's more of a, this is us, this is what we do, these are the projects we support. So you can see here on that first page, reviews, reactions, the Goodfriends Podcast, vlogging. If you go to Project Midnight, you can see another project that we are working on. It is a 2D animated video game. You can check that out in your own time, but for us, it's further on our backlog, so not too worried about that at the moment. You can check out our team. It is me, Isaac, and Braden. And then lastly, there is a contact page. So if you ever have any requests, whether that's a review or a filming request, you need some help with editing, that is an extra avenue for you to reach out to us. Anyways, back to the video. Something I did want to address is our review and rating scale. So originally, this is what we had. If you take a closer look at this scale right here, it doesn't really fit what I want to portray for this channel. It just feels a little too restrictive in the way that I do my reviews and my ratings. When I started this channel, the good, okay, bad, and terrible categories were very broad, and that's because I don't do too many negative reviews, and in general terms, a lot of movies are good. But now that I've been doing reviews for well over a year, I have a better idea of how I should coin my ratings, per se, which if you've been following the channel, then you may have noticed I've started using some new terms. So they are listed right here. Let's start at the very top. And no, it is not 10 out of 10. It is 11 out of 10, which to me is a masterpiece. It is a movie that is not perfect, but damn near perfect. For me, an example of that movie would be The Northman. It is one of my favorite movies that I have ever seen. Came out last year, 2022, and it was a masterpiece to me. Moving down to the 10, because perfect is still too unachievable, unattainable, I chose the word excellent. I just feel like that's a little bit more encompassing of what a 10 out of 10 is. Maybe it's too similar to perfect, but I don't really care. Going a little further down the scale, I have amazing and great, which still same range as before, 9.9 to 9, 8.9 to 8. Moving even further down, the good part is where you can see a change. This now only goes from 7.9 to 7. As I stated earlier, going down to 6.6 was a little bit too broad and encompassing. I wanted to make room for some other terms that could fit that description. So 6.9 to 6.0 is something that I will consider decent. For a lack of better terms, it is an enjoyable movie, but it's not quite good. From there, as we step down, 5.9 to 5.0 is okay. Again, it's still a movie that is enjoyable, but it's just a little bit less than decent. It's a movie that I wouldn't go back to watch, or a movie that I would even recommend, which is the main way I'm going to distinguish between a decent movie and an okay movie. Decent, I might recommend it. Okay, I won't recommend it. From there, let's move even further down to mid, which is 4.9 to 4.0. I also don't even know if I'm doing this in the right direction. Maybe it should be 4.9 to 4.0. I don't know. We'll find out in editing. Anyways, mid movies aren't quite bad, but they're pretty close. They're almost there. There are some redeeming qualities that make the film a little bit more remarkable in a sense, but still, it's not a movie I would recommend unless you're like a die-hard film buff, which I'm not. I like movies, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch. Okay, that's not true. I might go out of my way to watch some movies that I don't like, just because it's good to absorb a lot of different content. Moving on, 3.9 to 3.0, I will consider bad. So this is a movie that I wouldn't recommend that you watch. It's a movie that maybe someone would suggest to me, or a movie that I go out of my way to watch, knowing that I'm probably not gonna like, but it's not the worst movie in the world. There are worse things than bad, which leads to 2.9 to 2.0, which I am considering awful. I am an optimistic reviewer, so I doubt there will ever be any time that I use this rating, so let's keep going. 1.9 to 1.0, I will consider terrible. It's not something I would ever want to watch again, and it's definitely not something that I would recommend you watch. Again, I will probably never ever use that rating, which leads into my final rating, 0.9 to 0, aka atrocious. Again, my goal as a film reviewer, not really a reviewer, I'm a film lover, a film enjoyer, a movie enjoyer. I'm not a critic. I love watching movies, and I will always go out of my way to find some redeeming quality in whatever it is that I'm watching. So I highly doubt, I can almost assure that I will never reach any of those lower tier rating scales, especially atrocious. Anyways, let's move on with the updates. The final thing that I want to cover is the future of this channel, because if you're not aware, I am very busy. I have my own vlogs that I run, I have my own podcasts that I run, and then I also run this channel, and it is a lot of editing and a lot of time. So I do have an editor that I have hired for this channel specifically, who helps me out with videos. He does a wonderful job. However, that said, a lot of those videos are I hate to say it, older reviews. I wrote tons of reviews last year for a bunch of movies from 2022 all the way back to like the 1940s. So my big goal moving forward is to finish up recording and editing all my videos moving forward so that I can start to do a little bit more current content. There are a ton of movies that have come out in 2023 like Sisu, Beau is Afraid, Dungeons and Dragons, and a ton more that I enjoyed and I really want to talk about them. So it is my goal to put out 2 reviews every week. I may or may not hit that. I will do my very best. If I have to hire another editor, I will do so. I'm trying to figure out a balance to all of this, especially because I have a full-time job. So all of this it's all for fun. I do all of this for fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I haven't quite talked about it, but my big goal with doing all of these movie reviews is to figure out what I like in a movie, what I don't like in a movie, what makes a good movie, what makes a bad movie, so that one day I can work on my own short films. I love doing production. I've put up my own studio and everything with the podcast and everything. It's been a ton of fun, and I want to keep doing stuff like that. So however you guys support me, I will appreciate it. Whatever it is, whether it's a like, a subscribe, a comment, I don't care. It all helps me out. Now, if you were paying attention to my channel last year, you may have noticed that I also did some reactions. I would love to continue to do reactions. I just don't know a good way to do them as of now. I still have a lot of technical stuff that I need to figure out. It just takes a lot of time, and I am short on time. That is also one of the big reasons for why I haven't done very many video game reviews, because they take so much time. Video games are a lot of time and effort to play, and then the review on top of that, I'm just drained. I'm experimenting with the idea of streaming. I don't know how that would work, but I would apply that to my reactions and to games. Whenever I figure out all of that, you can expect to see some more reactions and some more reviews on games. So thank you for listening to me and my channel updates. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown on everything that's been going on lately and everything that I hope will go on in the future. All of that said, you can look forward to some future reviews like Barbie, Oppenheimer, Talk to Me, Beau is Afraid, literally everything that I can think of that I've seen in 2023. I will do my very best to get all of that out for you. Again, thank you so much for listening to me. I will see you next time.